What's the mood of the players in the dressing room at the end of what's been a very hard day's sport?
Oh, it's just that. I think they're very tired. I think they've exhausted everything they had out there today. Look at the wicket started off really well, and I think it's starting to flatten out in that middle session. And by the end of the day, it's started to go the other way again. So, look, I think the guys have put a lot of effort in today, probably 100% of what they've got. So it's fair for them to be tired and maybe a little bit annoyed about how the afternoon went, because we were in a position at 153 for 6 to really take the game and maybe even get ahead of the game, but it didn't pan out that way.
What's been the discussion? Because obviously you only went into this game with Ben and James as recognised seam bowlers, and for certainly the first 2 sessions, they pretty much shouldered the workload of the bowling. Yeah,
I mean, obviously to get in that extra batter with Dan Lawrence, we had to sacrifice something, and it meant that, went in with Stokesy and Jimmy going on what the wicket looked like. We played the other day, or the other test match, the 3rd test match, that spun quite a bit. So, I think the option was right. It's just, I think Jimmy and Ben were fantastic with the seaming ball. They got it to swing and they got it to nip round and asked a lot of tough questions. I think as the day wore on, where the spinners wanted to come into the game, it didn't quite happen for us.
And how is Ben? Because certainly in that final session, he seems to be operating on fumes.
Oh, look, mate, he bowled a lot of overs today. And a lot of, that whole first session, he almost bowled the whole first session. So he put a lot of energy into that. And he got some crucial wickets for us along the way, and he did exactly what a second seamer would do. So it was fantastic to see, bearing in mind where he's come from in those last 3 test matches with the ball so far. So, he's pretty cooked, as you can imagine, but he's a warhorse. He loves it. He loves when it gets tough, and he loves when it gets hot and tiring, and that's when he stands up the most. So hopefully we see the best of him again tomorrow.
And a word about that innings from Rishabh Pant, because as you say, you had them at 150 odd for 6. And once he got past 50, he seemed to really go through the gears.
Yeah, look, I think whether it was a discussion by them in the change room or not, but he certainly came out after that tea break and took it to us and went the other way and took the aggressive role. And I think, it's obviously paid off with him getting 100, but the important part for them was that partnership that they created with Washington Sundar. And for them to bat almost that whole session without losing a wicket, I think, hats have to go off to how they played that.
And a final one from me, if I can. What's the view ahead of the 3rd day's play now? What has to be achieved first thing tomorrow morning if you're going to get into this game?
Well, it's pretty obvious. The first thing we need to do is take those 3 wickets as quick as we can. And I know that's every day's cricket, isn't it? You want to get as many wickets as you can as quick as possible. But those 3 wickets first, then we see what we're behind, try and knock them off, then set them something. I think, anything above 100 on a wearing wicket like we're starting to see now, it could be quite interesting to see how that plays out.
Thank you.
No worries.
Thanks, Richard. Simon Mann, please.
Jeetan, do you have to accept sometimes that a really talented player can just take a game away from you, can transform a game?
Of course, Simon. I mean, that's just cricket, isn't it? Players are allowed to play as well as they are. Showcase their skills like they can. Rishabh Pant's in this side to do what he does, like he did today, take games away from opposition, and he did that so well today. And he struck it out of the middle right from day dot. So big applause to him and that partnership, like I said, that he created with Washington Sundar.
Just watching on, I mean, is there anything more that you could have done as a team?
I mean, there's always things you can look at. There's always the nitty gritty things that you can look at, but without being out there, you can't really do anything. Bar just run the game and what's in front of you. So look, we had an opportunity right before tea that didn't go our way, and I'm not going to harp on about umpiring decisions, but look, if that had gone the other way, which it could have easily, we could be in a different state right now.